Hello everyone, welcome to our YouTube channel Mr. and Mrs. Data Couple. Now we are diving into the world of databases to explore SQL. SQL is a structured query language. Whether you are a beginner or you have heard about something SQL, here we are here to explain about each and every detail about SQL. Someone has don't know about the word SQL. It is very first time they have heard. For us, what is mean by database, what is mean by data, they don't know anything about that. I will teach you what is mean by data, what is mean by SQL, how why SQL is used, what is mean by the database. All these terms I will explain in detail in this video. In the SQL video, while the file system has come, someone has doubt about it, I will explain. This is a file storage device. It is used for storing the different types of the data. Here there are many folders. For each and every folder, different types of the data is there. For storing small amount of the data, the file system is very useful. But when it comes to store the large amount of the data, the file system is not easy to store the large amount of the data. There are so many problems in the file system. Here we can see limited data sharing and lack of security. Means if we want to send file, we can send only small amount of file. We can small GB of the data only we can share. And security, when it comes to security, the file may crash or even failure occur due to sharing of the files. Another problem is difficulty of getting quick answers. If we want anything data from the file, we have to manually search each and every file, and we have to take lot of time for searching the data. Another problem is data redundancy. Data redundancy means uh, duplication of the data. Data dependency. Data dependency means the structure of the file have to be same for all the files. If one file has changed in structure, we have to change the structure of all the files. This is one of the another problem. Here comes the database. What is meant by the database? I will explain. As we can see here, example database. What is meant by the database? A database is a structured way of storing and managing the data efficiently. Instead of using files and folders, a database organizes the data in tables, making retrieval and updates easier. Here we can see the database. Here a large database is there. These are small databases. Here database we can see small databases are connected to the large database. That in this the data is structured into tables which consists of rows and columns. Each row represents a record and each column represents a field within that record. So we have a tabular format in the database. So tabular format it in the database. It is very useful for retrieval and manipulation of the data. This is how the data is stored into the database. Here we can see an example. Instead of storing, we can see employee details in a text file. We can store the employee table inside the database. Here we can see the differences between the database and file system. In the database, the data is stored in the structured format. Like in structured format, we can see the database consists of employees, customers, sales, inventory, and accounts. Different types of the tables are there in the database. Here DBMS means database management system. It is a software. I will explain this DBMS in the later classes. Here we can see some other departments are connected to the DBMS: personal department, sales department, and accounting department. These three are connected to the DBMS as it is a software. DBMS is connected to the database. There is a structured way of data connecting between the DBMS and the database. We can see structured format in the database. Database stores the data in structure format. In file format, there is no structure. In database, we have to write a query for data retrieval. In the files, manually using the file path, we have to search. In file system, there is no relationship between the files. In the database, there is a relationship between the files using the keys. What is mean by keys? We can discuss in the later classes. In the file system, if we have any computer crash or any other disturbance occur, there is no backup for the file system. But in the database, it is automatic and backup recovery is there in the database. File system is suitable for unstructured data like documents or files, but the database is ideal and for structured data, for relationships, all others. Here there are so many types of the databases are there. We can see MySQL, PostgreSQL, SQL Server, Oracle DB. Here comes our main topic. SQL is a structured query language used to interact with DBMS. As I have already explained, the DBMS stands for Database Management System. It will manage, it is a software, it is used to manage the data between the users and the database. It allows the users to query and manipulate the data stored in the database. Now we can see learn SQL with a cafe example. How it will be possible, I will explain. Suppose you have a cafe and you need to track the customers' orders and sales data at the end of the day. How you can do? Now I will explain easy way with a SQL example. We can see what are the possibilities for tracking the customers' orders and sales. First thing, write. First one, manual writing. One person have to write all the customers what they have ordered and how much money they have paid. Second one, using Excel. We have to manually type the customer and orders using the Excel sheets. It will take lot of time and looks messy and confusing. Third one is SQL. It is a easy way and we need. Third one is SQL. That's why SQL helps. How I can explain. For writing the record, first we have to segregate the each and every One, like customers, orders, and sales into different tables. First, customer. For customer, we have name, contact number. Orders. Orders like it is a cafe, it have coffee, donuts, total bill. And we have another table like menu. What are the different types of items available in the cafe? Each table is like a section. After that, we want to find the best customer. Here SQL helps. SQL organizes your data like a pro. Instantly find the customers and orders. No manual searching is required for tracking of the records. Sorry. No more manual searching. Just a simple command is required for searching. We can use here select query to retrieve all the data from the database. What is mean by select query? I will explain in the later classes. Why SQL is important? Because it is high in demand across the tech roles. As we can see, many companies are using the databases and for storing of their company's files or any other projects. Efficient handling of large data sets. As database is a very huge storage device, it can store large amount of the data. It is essential for database interaction. It is also important for interaction with the database. These are the just basics. What is mean by database? What is mean by SQL? All this one. In detailed explanation, we can see in the future classes. You want to learn more about SQL, hit the like button, share and subscribe to our YouTube channel, Mr. and Mrs. Data Cover. Thanks for watching. Bye.